This video, I would like to record something that I promised about 2 years ago, and I have to keep my promise. And this is the subject of plantar fasciitis. I'm sure somebody who has it found out after a few months or after a few weeks that this fancy name. And unfortunately, I was about 3 years ago. I used to play handball, and I played a lot. I had sneakers. Maybe I didn't have the best sneakers. They were rubbed out. Anyway, a long story short, one day I felt pain in my heel, and as they say, the rest is history. I was running around maybe 5 different doctors, and I can talk hours and hours how many different places. I'll just briefly go through. First, I'm sure these people are listening to this went through most of this. First, they give you cortisone shots. They give you Medrol, give you certain drugs, cortisone drugs. Then they tell you to soak, and then if you look up, either the doctor tells you or some natural guy, and they tell you to soak it in freezing water and ice pack, and then in warm. You should alternate from cold to warm, the coldest possible, and then the warmest possible. All kinds of things in this area of cold packs. Then some people give you very special arches. All these things I tried, and not once. I tried them for a period of time, and guess what? They don't work. If it worked for you, then don't listen to me. If you're in the same boat, then you hold on and finish what I have to say. So these things, temporary, a few days, a few weeks, maybe a month. Right away you feel everything comes back. You're back to square one. Even the arches, the custom-made arches, the non-custom-made, the better ones, all of those things I bought. I spent money, went to a special doctor, $600 just for one special kind of cortisone shot where he knows how to target it to the exact spot. Then I went for physical therapy, and then I went for by the acupressure and acupuncture, and then all kinds of vitamins and oils and stuff. And what else did I leave out? Mud, clay, you name it. Let's see what else I forgot. So many different things, so many different doctors, and so many different remedies. Anyway, I must tell you, no, and then all the doctors say you should wear this night splint. That's such nonsense. Doesn't help. I wore it for months and months. They say that you have at night, you feel it falls down, it collapses. I wonder if it worked for anyone. It seems so outlandish. I don't know. They always recommend it. Everybody swears in that. These doctors never tried it. They just, I don't know. Somebody told it to them, and that's what they recommend. The night splint. Okay, and so we went through basically all the stuff. I think all the different remedies the doctors recommend, and then they tell you not to use your feet for a while. Maybe rest, and let it heal. First of all, there's nothing but to heal. It's not like you bang you fell down on the concrete, and then you need to, you have swollen foot. You put ice. Totally different ball game. It's so different. It's nothing is swollen there. So this whole thing doesn't even make sense. Ice is good if you fell down. Actually, just hurt myself, fell down. I'm having here an ice pack, and it works. Thank God, it works wonders. Any kind of bang that happens to you, or burn, if you put ice right away, it's amazing how fine it is. You just keep on putting the ice. Just when it gets too cold, take it off, put it back. Just do it for the next few hours, and it's amazing. Hashem made the healing powers of ice unbelievable. If you do it right away, I mean, like within the few hours that the bang happened, the closer the better. Okay, I'm going off tangent here. So this plantar fasciitis business, basically, with the help of God, I stumbled into some kind of website talking about toes, correct toes. That's how you can Google it, correct toes. And he says that you have to spread out your toes, You have to push your toes this way, that way, sit on your foot a certain direction. And I started, and then another website spoke about walking on stones, on sharp, like, these gravel, every day, half-hour walking gravel. It sounds very weird. I tried it for a while, and then I said, nah, it doesn't work. Then, after a while again, I tried again, and guess what? Thank God, right now, I feel like much, much, much better, like 90% clear. So, what is it here, this whole business? The business is that you go to this therapist, they tell you just to stretch out your calf, you stand on a step, you go up and down, all these things I did, they don't help, no. It's the whole foot, from A to Z, needs to be massaged, and heavily massaged. And I can say that many, many times. So you start off, you don't even realize how much you can stretch your toes, how extreme you can stretch it, in all directions you can stretch it, and how many different places of your foot you can pull, and this way and that way, and you can spread out the toes this way. I'll take my hands to show you all directions that you can stretch it. Imagine this is my foot. So one way is to pick it up, take your toes, stand on your toes like this. The top hand is my foot. I'm gonna use a book. You should understand what I'm doing here. Okay. See what I'm doing? The toes are outward, and try to do as much as possible. It's gonna kill you. Just do it again and again. Then try to separate each toe. Go take a piece of wood or something, or do it with your fingers. You can put your fingers in between your other fingers, your fingers of your hands between the fingers of your toes, and stretch them out this direction. And again, don't kill yourself, but you'll see progress. You'll see every day you do it. It takes months. Don't think it's anything that's quick is not going to work, because this plantar fasciitis takes a long time to develop. So it takes a long time. You got to really, really do a serious remodeling here. So the point is, this is not a quick thing, and don't get crazy. Every day, do it as much as possible. Stretch it this direction, as I said, like this. Then you can sit on it this direction. Then you can take a piece of wood or a broom in between the fingers, or stand by a ledge, or any place where you find in your house something that you can squeeze in the toe and spread out the toe from the next finger. I try to force one. Each one is gonna hurt, but you'll see every day it will hurt less, and you'll be able to stretch it more. So you're working out all these, stretching out all these stuff, and guess what? After a while, you'll see your whole walking is differently. You're using all your toes to walk, and you're spreading out your toes while you walk. It's a whole different. When we wear shoes, we actually don't use the muscles. We hardly use anything. It's like the whole toes and everything is in a box. It's like glued together. You need to use everything. Just hold on a moment, please. So, yeah, I'm sorry for that. Okay, so what we're saying here is, you can Google all these stuff, because I don't remember exactly the websites. Just Google these words, correct toes, plantar fasciitis, like this kind of way, and then you Google the yoga, these words. Yoga poses for plantar fasciitis. Yoga poses. There's a few websites that give you this kind of. Don't you look the standard? You think the doctor tells you that doesn't work. Yoga poses. So they give you this yoga poses of putting your feet this way and that way, and all kinds of areas of your foot that you can spread out. And then this is weird, but it works. You can also walk on gravel, on stones. Again, it will kill you in the beginning, and you'll try to avoid it to have tension. That's the right word to use while you walk. But after a while, I went to a certain park here that in Brooklyn that they have some kind of gravel. You can go on these empty yards or stuff that they have gravel. Try to find some relaxing place with gravel that you can just, nobody's gonna bother you, gonna look at you. Just walk on this gravel and relax. Like, try to do it in a way that you're not tense. You should do it like you're walking, you're enjoying it, you're feeling all the pressure points. It's massaging your whole foot, it's wakening up everything, it's redoing it. You do it in a positive way, not that you're trying to kill yourself and trying to do it in a very relaxed, enjoyable way. It's very important. All these exercises, you gotta like feel you're doing it, and you are, because if you're doing it in a tense, then I think I don't think it's gonna work. That's my theory, at least. Anyway, you have to do it in a relaxed manner, and it goes into your muscles and your bones, and it redoes everything. It's amazing. And I'm telling you, I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling you the stones even. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not selling you the toe separators. I'm not nothing at all. I'm just telling you, I promised to Hashem, that's the Jewish God, that when I'm gonna get healed from this, or I see a significant, serious difference, then I want to share it with people to help them out. It's a thing that you can suffer, you can buy, you can do weird stuff. I know a guy told me he can't drive the car, and a guy bought expensive shoes and New Balance shoes and Asics, all these soft shoes and all these stuff. They don't help anything. They help you for a few days. You feel like you have a cushion there, here and there, but it's, after a few days it gets back to the same. And I don't even know how this industry can go on so long without. It must be some people it does help. That's what I think, at least. If not, I don't understand this. Honestly, I don't understand. So if you're from the people that it doesn't help, you should definitely look into this subject of getting, as I said, Googling this whole area of making yoga for plantar fasciitis, and then you'll find all kinds of different websites. One will lead to the next, that teaches you all these interesting stretches, that you spread your toes this direction, that direction. You don't need any professional. Let me make it very clear. You don't need to go to anybody. Don't give anybody $100 an hour. Do it yourself in your living room, in your dining room. Don't need any gadgets. You don't need anything. I bought the toe separators, and it's $10. Okay. I bought shoes from this company. It's called Lems. It's like shoes that don't have any arches. It's specially made to let the toes, everything spread out. That's the thing I invested. It cost, I think, $75. It's the company is called Lems, and you should Google. It's called Zero Drop shoes. It's minimalistic shoes, they call it. It's shoes that are the opposite from what they tell you, to buy all these cushioned stuff and heels and everything should be pushed together. No, let everything naturally, align itself, and as much as possible, like basically going without shoes. That would be the best, but we can't. We live in a world, you gotta be a normal person. But basically that's the idea of these minimalistic shoes. Okay, this is the end of this video. I hope everybody's gonna gain, at least people that suffering from this will gain something out of this.